What's going on, people? It's your boy Jags Klimax here, live and direct on Jags Klimax TV. Touchdown in Manchester in one of the hottest places called Shisha Lounge. I'm hooking up with my boy Nafees. This guy is absolutely doing the business right now. Last track, which was released 4 weeks ago, called Bukar, is doing the business. Over 700,000 hits right about now, and I'm telling you something, that is a big achievement in itself. So make sure you keep it locked and watch out for this interview. It is on fire, trust me. Just touched down in Manchester, and I've got to say, I'm boosted and happy to be here with my boy, man of the moment, Nafees. What's happening, brother?
Yeah,
how you doing?
Man. Yeah, how's things?
I know you're a busy guy, and you've just I've kind of dragged you away from your hectic schedule, but I appreciate it.
Man, it's a pleasure.
On Jags Klimax TV, episode 1, and you know what we were saying? I've got to get my boy on here.
Nah, thank you, man.
No problem. How you been keeping anyway?
I'm good. I've just been busy. You know, I guess it's been a roller coaster for me, and I guess I'm taking each day as it comes. But it's a blessing, without your fans, without everyone that's been supportive, the mighty one, I don't think I'll be here today. So definitely, a proud man today. And, hopefully you could say 2013, I'm going to bring you some good stuff,
Well, fingers crossed, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see you spend a lot of time shopping as well, bro. Like, you go, like man's all, like, in his winter warmers, the man's coming out with the bling, the cap.
You know what, everything that I'm wearing, let me just explain one thing. Everything that I'm wearing is from my sponsors.
Oh, brilliant.
So
okay.
I just want to say a big thank you to my sponsors. They're 30 Nelson Street. They've given me, it's any show that I go to, they always provide me with clothes.
They're hooking a brother up with the gums.
Yeah, you know what, and I can't complain.
I'm rolling with the feast now, man. Anytime I need some new friends.
Anyone that wants clothes, make sure you check the site on 30 Nelson Street. You know what, they've got swagger. And I guess they see me and thought, you know what, we want to take this kid on. And I'm obviously the only artist that they're using. Again,
they're hooking a brother up.
Definitely,
That's good, man. I like
everything that I've done. So it's smart to casual. They have it set out. They say, right, Nafees, this is your new look. Go for it.
It takes a particular type of guy to be able to drop them garms.
Yeah, of course,
so
man.
You're doing your thing.
It's about the happy socks. these are the new flex.
Mate, I'm on a polka dot vibe today, man. I'm on a polka dot vibe. But at the beginning, you were saying it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Just explain. Obviously, you're in a great place right now.
Yeah.
Your new track, Bukar's come out. It's been out for about a month now.
Yeah.
From today, anyway.
Yeah.
And it's rocking about just over 700,000 hits. The popularity levels on the track are sky high. But from hero.
Yeah.
Going back, taking it back to zero.
Yeah, of course.
How did it all come about? What made you think you know what? Singing's my thing. People wake up and they think, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor. Yeah. You know what? I want to go and work in a family business. What was it about you that made you think, I want to be a singer?
And it's an interesting question because I guess, look, no one knows what they want to be. Some people say, when you're a kid, I want to be a doctor. Generally Asians in general, you'll always see the Asians, doctor banla.
Yeah.
To accountant banla. It was like that. But with me, I never knew what I wanted to be. Every child has the same kind of dream. You get boys, we want to fly. We want to drive a Lambo. We want to basically get swagged out.
I want to be the fireman.
Smart. Yeah. You want to do everything.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was like, okay, you know what? I'm going through life just like a normal kid. I was a menace. I was a hyperactive kid. I had so much energy. I remember my dad putting me into boxing. Oh, yeah. 7 years I did that. It was so much. I enjoyed it.
Rocking them undercover strawberry milkshakes.
Everything that, a kid wants to see. And then one day I came into Manchester and I thought, okay, there was a karaoke going on. And I started singing. And I remember some guy goes to me, you know what, who's that kid? And he asked my cousin and he goes, yeah, you know what? He goes, he's from down south.
Okay.
And, why are you asking? He goes, does he sing? And he's like, no, you don't sing. So they asked me and I thought, you know what? Okay, but prior to that, I had my mates. Because you're always going to get someone that's going to be a bit of a joker out of the pack.
Always, yeah.
I could say that I was a bit of the joker out of the pack. And back in the days when they used to say to me, Yard, why don't you sing? I say, oh, Jave, yeah, you're asking me to sing. Meri besti karwani hai.
Yeah, and people, it's like people say that to me. You should sing. I'm like, I only sing in the shower.
Yeah, so I took it on, and I decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. So I remember I done a song. It was called Teri Yaadon Mein. It was my first ever solo track. I done a song called Teri Yaadon Mein, and I put it out onto YouTube. You know, after putting it out onto YouTube, again, don't forget, I was not mentored. I was not taught by anyone. I didn't know what verses were, let alone what choruses were.
All a learning curve.
So I was basically going into something which was totally, you know, out of the norm. It was nothing that I knew of. I'm going into this industry and I want to give it something and see what happens. I got a real good feedback from it. And I've always said, har bande di apni kismat hai. If it's meant to be in their kismat, then you're going to get it. There's so many talented, and I'll give credit to all artists because it's not easy what we do.
Yeah.
So at this point, I thought, okay, and it actually started growing. And it started growing bigger and bigger. And I realized that, you know what? Okay, I'm going to take a challenge on. I need to come out with a song that people are going to say, this is Nafees. This is his style, his conviction. Don't forget, we deal, I deal with so many artists that have their own style. And each artist, you're going to get so many that are going to try to copy others.
For sure, yeah.
And if you do that, regardless of whatever, you know, the guy may be, it may be an amazing song.
Yeah.
But what will happen is you'll be known as a copycat, or you'll be known as, oh yeah, it's a really good song,
but it sounds like
similar.
That person's song.
It sounds like that. You know, so at that point I had to think real hard about it and thought, you know what, how am I going to compete against all these artists? Because they're big names. I could carry on, you know, and say A to Z. These guys, these guys are ones that have created music and they've earned their names. So I met up with a guy called JKD. He's from
great producer.
Very good producer. And you know, Dilda Bada Changa Si. I met him. Again, I've never known this guy. You know, I was introduced by an artist.
He worked on a lot of your earlier songs.
He worked on my first additional song that I released as a video, which was called Maman. A chap called Ifike, he was the actual person that said, look, you know what? Why don't you go and see my producer? So I took it on. I just said, you know what? No problem.
Give it a go.
But one thing I did do was because he had a previous song that I liked. So I said, all right, I'm going to take this guy on. Let me see what he's like. So when I met him, you know, he was a very humble guy and he didn't know me. You know, he never knew who I was, nothing. But when I left him, before I left, he said to me, you're going to be a star. So again,
words from
me being who I am, I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, we don't know the future. How does anyone know what the future is? I don't know what the future is. Nobody knows the future. But he said, you know what? You're going to be a star. You've got qualities that I feel that are going to make you. And I had this song. This song was called Maman. So we started working on this song. And we produced something that I felt was not only magical, but it also had a flair of Bollywood to it. And I thought, you know what? This is the one. This was going to be my official video release. And I was going to release this video knowing that whatever was going to be out there, I had fixed the date and thought, okay, if it doesn't work, then I'm not going to be a mug and sit there and think, well, okay, you know what? If it's not today, it's going to happen
Something
tomorrow.
clicked. Yeah.
I went with the gamble. And you know, when I released that video, I knew at that point that there was other artists that were releasing on the same day as me.
Yeah.
I said, shall I take it? Shall I not take it? Should I go for the gamble or not? I said, you know what? I'll leave it to the one above. If it happens, it happens. So I said to JKD, I'm going to do this. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck.
Yeah.
And, you know, I went for it. I remember launching this video and there was a online site that actually, you know, released this video as an exclusive.
Well, okay.
I took their server out. They had servers that, you know, they've got servers which are based in America and the UK.
And just the demand to want to watch this video was just
I was
so great.
an unknown artist. All I had done was released a sneak preview of the song. When it came to the actual official launch date, I had over 300,000 people click at one time onto this link, which broke their servers.
Wow.
The CEO of the actual site declared that Nafees, new artist, unknown to us, has broken our servers. That's when I realized, you know what? I'm blessed. So since that date, I never looked back. I then launched Buddy Sony, again with JKD.
Yeah.
Then I launched Dua. And each song that I've been doing, I've wanted a different style. Don't forget, I was unknown to the music industry and also any type of drama, music, or, you know, videos, music videos. I never knew anything. So it was all a learning curve for me.
For sure, yeah.
Then came to my new song. I was contacted by a producer in Pakistan, and also had been contacted by producers in India. And at this point, it was like, they said that they've been monitoring me. So when I read the information, they said, look, you know, agar tusi mind nahi karde, we want to work with you. So I took the challenge up. And I said, look, it's something that I've never done. Chalo, vekhte hain ki hovega. If it works for me, it works for me.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
The song Bukar was titled, this producer, his name was Irfan Chaudhry. He was from Lahore in Pakistan. And we had never met.
Yeah.
You know, he had just gone off face value and thought, you know what, Munda, he liked me. So I've obviously FaceTime, we spoke over via mobiles, etc. And I said, right, do you know what, I want to do this. Let's go for it. So we then created the song which was called Bukar. You know, and each time people say that, you know, he comes up with these names, they're quite weird, yeah? But the reason why I use them names is because I want people to know that if I'm using a name, it sticks in your head. You know, jadon vi tenu bukhar chad javega na tenu mere gaane te yaad aa javega Nafees da bukhar chad gaya mainu. Yeah? So whether it was Pyar da Bukhar, whether it was Bukar just in general, yeah, it was something that I knew was going to stick out. So I said, okay, when we released Bukar, don't forget I had built a name from nothing. It's easier to go onto somebody else's name, an established artist, and say, right, okay, I'll do a collaboration with this guy, and my name, again, you're going into his fan base.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. I wanted at least to be able to be known as Nafees.
Stand on your own 2 feet.
Stand on my own 2 feet. So I took this up and said, right, now when it came to Bukar, I knew in my heart that, okay, I was giving them something different, but also was going to up it when it comes to my video. I had a very big budget on my video and said, okay, you know what, again, my sponsors, Fairway Prestige cars, any car that I want, they will always provide it for me. You know, and there are many hire companies out there that are very, very grateful to send me messages, private messages, you know, use our vehicles, etc. And maybe in time I will. But at the moment, they've been so nice to me that just in general, if I have to go away...
It's the support that you're getting from people, you know, you just can't forget it.
I can't. Yeah. You know, and I can't forget where I started from, the people that have been there with me. You know, my team, you know, they've meant a lot to me because I was this guy that was just trying to make something and they believed in me. My family, my fans, all of them that are listening in, everyone that's there, you know, I want to say to you lot, I've got so much love for you lot. It's unbelievable because without you lot, I won't be here today.
Yeah.
So once I released Bukar, okay, I decided to give it out on the iTunes first. It started off at so far back that, okay, I was thinking, right, is it going to happen? I had 1 week before the official actual date of the release. On the day that it released, I had taken out a multi-billion pound company which is based in Bollywood, which had produced a music video for Race 2. I had gone against the guy likes of Atif Aslam. I had gone against people that are known as, you know, #1 in the UK. And Nafees had come through with a song called Bukar and it took #1. Then came down to the BBC Asian Network charts. I became #1 on that. So I knew, and that was without the video. Yeah. You know, once that had happened, I was very, very happy because I thought, you know what, I'm grateful because people are seeing, they're hearing this song. Then the video date came out. I had seen the video. I knew that the video was going to give the song justice because I was doing something that I'd never done before.
And that kind of heightens the profile of the song that you've just done.
Yeah, 100%. Because I now had taken on drama classes. I wanted to act. I wanted to actually basically say, can Nafees go through one stage to another? So not only was I trying to sing, but I was also trying to act. So I knew that, look, if I've never done drama, if I've never taken on that role, then I need to be taught. So I took on a few drama classes and said, right, okay, how does one show expression? Don't forget, these Bollywood actors are trained in a big way. They are so passionate about their music, their videos, that, you know, everything, a simple, you know, voice tone change.
It makes a massive difference.
And again, the music production. As soon as you hear violins, or you hear, you know, an orchestra which is basically playing music that's quite touching, you feel it in your heart. So the atmosphere changes.
You feel the music.
You do.
Yeah, the way that it's produced, you know, being a music producer myself and being a DJ, you feel songs and they just hit you and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And that's what you know. With that type of track, I can imagine and appreciate that's what you want to go for.
So yeah, because ultimately my goal has always been that I want to go into Bollywood. You know, I want to see not only my music go into Bollywood, but perhaps, you know, see myself, you know, go down that channel. I don't want to be someone that doesn't say, oh, okay, I've given it a try. I want to be someone that said, you know what, he had a goal, he went for it, and he achieved his goals. So this is the point where I said, okay, I'm gonna try this. So I was working with a crew that, again, for me were very, very nice. I had built a storyboard and said, right, these are the stages, this is how I wanted to go through, and let's see if it works. So I knew at that point when it was coming to the video, because I've done my previous videos, I had obviously a bit of experience now.
Yeah, the more knowledge, and you can build it in a better way.
Practice makes perfect. So I decided that this is how it's going to be. If you actually view the film Bukar, you'll realize the song's only like 3 minutes 40, 3 minutes 50 seconds, but it shows you a miniature movie of a guy that is deeply in love with a girl. The girl is deeply in love with him. She's been parted for whatever reasons it was. She's been parted. It was that hard for her that she couldn't explain. And even though she is now married or her life has changed, she still thinks about the guy. But this guy is still thinking about her too.
Yeah.
You know, so there's someone special for everyone out there. And that was what I was trying to portray. That, you know what, Mainu chade Bukar tere pyar da. You know, and sometimes, like they say, you don't know what love is until you actually feel it.
Yeah.
And you know, that was really my goal. Once I released the video, I'm a YouTube partner, so I knew at this point that, okay, is it going to work for me? All of a sudden I realized that it had started escalating so quick that it was trending on YouTube with the greatest of Drake, Timberland,
you were boxing with the best of them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and that's when I was happy. That's when I thought, right, you know what, go on, Nafees, you're doing it. Yeah, because if you're trending on YouTube, you know, and YouTube aren't, you know, stupid. Anyone that tries to, i.e., you know, fake their profile or
which happens.
It happens. It's an industry that, because people wanna see these views build.
Yeah.
So I've never wanted that. I've never tagged any artist name in, because I want my own name. I want to be able to be known as, you know, this is a guy
standing on his own 2 feet.
Standing on his own feet. That's when I realized, okay, it's going well. And like you said, in just hitting the 4th week now, I had basically gone to over 700,000 views.
Yeah.
For me, I'd never done that on any of my videos, but I knew that each video played a massive part to get me where I am today. So I'll never ever forget and not appreciate JKD, because he will always be a brother to me first and then a producer.
Yeah.
And the same time, Mr. Irfan, you know, he is someone that I've got a lot of respect for as well, because he's brought me where I am today as well, because each person's playing their own roles and parts, and anyone that's basically helped me, you know, I want to say it means a lot. Like I said, my sponsors. Then one of them was also Davenport Hall. It's the Raja family. They are very, very established and such a lovely couple. You know, they played the mother and father in my video.
Oh, the people that own the hall, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
They played the mother and father in my video. And, you know, I just want to say thank you to them as well, because they've never done acting. And I'll be honest with you, you know...
But they've done a pretty good job. Yeah, exactly. The video come out awesome.
And it's like saying that, that do you really need to do a video? No. But I think they've obviously felt that love for me, and I've seen them, you know, I respect them as my own mother and father. And that touched me, that when I asked, you know, just a simple thing of them, it was like straight away, Uncle Raj is there and he goes, yes, done, next question, done, next question. And I didn't even ask him.
And the guys, they're just helping you out.
And same thing with Antonina. She was, again, she'd never done acting. She played an amazing role, showed so much emotion as my mother in this video, that, you know, I'll never forget them things.
Yeah.
So these were things that I realized that without these people, I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have had the, you know, justification of the video, the actual expression. So yeah, you know, I'm ever so grateful for them, and it's opened doors for me. You know, Jags, I'll be honest with you, since Bukar's come out now, there's so many things happening for me. You know, and
so like, touch upon that, because obviously that's an awesome kind of like zero to hero story. You know, from where you've come from and what you've experienced, and working with different producers and songwriters, and obviously the screenplay and being able to act and taking a drama lesson. You know, it shows a great level of dedication to be able to want to do that. You know, some people just think, I've saved up a bit of money.
Yeah.
I work a 9 to 5. You know, I sing a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And I want to be a superstar. It's not as simple as that.
It's not.
And from your story, you know, people can kind of tell and gather that it is a grind. It's a graft. You know,
of course.
It is. There's a long path.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you've got to a certain level now. You like we said, your tracks do amazingly well. The popularity level on the track is huge. You know, over 700,000 hits in a month is a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing. But like, so how do you think you can kind of move forward as an artist from here? You know,
you basically, it's like I said, like you were just pointing out. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, they're gonna do a part-time and then they're gonna go and do, you know, this is a hobby. It is that for some people. For me, I invested in myself.
Yeah.
I decided to not only build a team around me, but also build my own record label. So SMP Records was my own label. Okay, I was not signed to any label. You know, a lot of people would think, well, how come he's got so much money? How come he's basically, you know, now doing these videos? Like this last video that I did, I took a budget of, I had a budget of 25 grand. I pushed that to 23. You know, you can look at any kind of music video. You're not going to get people using a helicopter. Just a helicopter scene on its own was coming to £4,000.
It's a pricey business.
It's a pricey business. But I had invested in myself. So I knew that, okay, SMP was my record label, meaning share my passion.
Yeah.
But I refused signing with certain record labels because it's so vicious. After hearing so many stories from other artists, they're stuck.
You know, and you don't want to be in that position.
I didn't want to be in that position. I believe that if a record label is going to take me on, then you're gonna offer me something that I can't refuse.
Yeah.
You know, and if I've done it all with my own team, you know, and I want to give big gratitude to them all. You know, I even started off with a PR company called Revolutions by the name. Her name is Rapinda.
Yeah.
I want to say a big thank you to her as well because she helped me. You know, and each one of these people that have, you know, been there.
They were all there while you were climbing that ladder.
They were.
Yeah.
You know, they were all. So I'm not going to, you know, like I said, forgive me for anyone that I may have forgotten, you know, because it's not deliberately done and it's not easy. But I had decided that, okay, first thing was I asked my family. I said, look, je tusi mind nahi karde, I want to start singing. And I remember my father, before he passed away, he said to me, son, you know what? If you really want to do it, then go for it. And that was it. You know, I wasn't much of, you know, like they say, yeah, boys are always mummy's boys. I was a daddy's boy. And I love my mum to bits, yeah. But I was a daddy's boy. And I remember him saying to me, right, son, you know what? Go for it. And he was a very, very proud father of me. Because, again, like I said, I was a menace. I was a normal kid like any other kid. You know, going out there, sharati karda si all the time.
Tearing it up.
Bar late hota si. I was out with my mates, coming home, doing stupid things. And the last show that my father ever come to was with Atif Aslam.
Yeah.
Again, a very proud moment for me. Atif Aslam is a very, very well-known artist in this music industry, and I performed with him. Again, that was done by a Lockdown Promotions in Manchester based. And I remember doing this show, and it was an amazing platform for me. You know, and I thought, right, okay, do you know what? I'm going to be out there. I want my name to be, you know, heard. I can't refuse it. So I went out there and I give it what I felt was, you know, the best for me. So I've gone out there and wanted people to hear it. And that was when I was releasing Dua.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd gone out to do the song Dua. And I knew that I may not get this opportunity again.
It's like a once in a lifetime. You know, you're such a big artist.
Yep.
Your dad's there, the family's there.
Oh, my
you
dad was standing like that in the middle, yeah. Not kush over, yeah. Honestly, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
So that show will always mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
You know, so not only do I thank Atif Aslam and the others that have basically helped me,
yeah,
but I also want to say that because my father was there and it was the last show that he was with me, I'll always remember that as, you know, a show that will mean it's more sentimental to me.
Yeah.
Since then, you know, I've not, you know, once thought, okay, you know, what's going to happen? I've been to America. I was called out to do a Brooklyn, New York Mela,
which is one of the biggest Mela.
Massive. There must have been over 30,000 people there. Again, I'm a UK, yeah, man. Angrezi Munda.
Yeah.
I've gone out there, and I remember getting sent out. They said to me, right, there's a team waiting for you in New York. You're going to get picked up. You're going to be taken. And don't worry about anything. So how does a guy that's basically unknown to anything all of a sudden get taken out, how's he going to feel? You're chucking me into the shark's mouth. I didn't know what was going on.
Into the lion's den.
Exactly.
And you're thinking, boy, I'm gonna fend for this.
Are they going to know me? I remember getting put onto the stage, and before they put me onto the stage, they say, Yahan, Hamare Mulk mein, our Mehman from the UK, Nafees. You know, when I heard that roar from the crowd, it made me feel at home. That's when I went outside, and you know, when I was singing my song Mehman, to see the crowd singing Mehman with me, I was touching. Yeah. Because again, I'm in another country. They're people that, you know, I didn't know.
Yeah, of course.
But I left from there knowing that I'm definitely going to come back. So since then, you know, I've had calls from so many countries. A lot of the European sides as well, where they're like saying, you know what, he's got his own style. Everyone's got their own style. We like the guy. We want to see him out here. Yeah. And the more a name builds, the more you want to get basically out there.
What about you? You want to venture new parts of the world? You know,
you know, this year I'm definitely going out to the States. Definitely doing a European tour, you know, and generally want to go and see myself in Pakistan, India, because I always will say Bollywood is bigger than Hollywood for me, you know, and as much as Hollywood
it's like the Asian mainstream.
It is, you know. Again, you know, these people, they've all played their parts. Everyone, you know, I can say, look, we've got to give thanks to the likes of B4U, Brit Asia. Anyone that's basically given, you know, UK artists an opportunity, then at least, you know, give them gratitude where it's deserved. So, you know, a big thank you to all of them, because they've all helped me as well. Yeah. You know, so I want to say thank you to these guys, and you know, to just be known as an artist. Again, you know, I'll express, it's never easy. You know, and you know yourself, Jags.
Nothing in life is easy. You've got to work hard.
It's not easy, man. Yeah. So. You know, I want to say a big thanks to them as well.
When you obviously we're talking about the last show you did when you know before your father sadly passed away, and it was a big platform. Yeah. But like on a bit more of a lighter note, like what other shows, memorable shows have you done?
I just recently done one which was basically in London Hammersmith. Right. And again, because I had always been taken out up north. Yeah. Every time that I was getting called out down south, it was hard for me to, you know, do this show. Yeah. So this was the first time I was going to be performing at a very, very big, you know, place in Hammersmith Apollo, which was based in London.
You've got massive artists.
You know, like you've got
the biggest comedian artists, and like, you know,
you've got the likes of Alicia Keys. You've got people like Eminem. You've got Jay-Z. You've got people that will go there. That's so big. It was it was a night of having, you know, should we say, what they felt was what they wanted. At that point, it was called Desi Dhamaka. Yeah. And I remember going to London. They put me into a very, very lush hotel. It was the only one that I believe had a helicopter pad parked outside it. And it was really, really nice. They gave me so much, you know, love and respect. Yeah. I remember the day of us going onto the stage, I was one of the, you know, finalists going in. And the crowd were amazing. You know, that buzz, that feeling of when the crowd roars your name.
Yeah, and they show you love.
Honestly, it was amazing. But
it makes it feel all worthwhile.
You know what? At the end of it, what happened was they said, look, can Nafees do a meet and greet? And I obviously said to my management that it's going to be hard. You know, how do I do a meet and greet with people? There's 2,000 plus people here, and we're going to do a meet and greet. And I was asked, you know, Nafees, do you want to do this? And I've always said, your fans are what make you. It's hard. You know, you can't have music that everyone's going to like, but that doesn't mean that you can't turn around and all of a sudden one day have a certain person, it works with your own style. Yeah. Like, you may be feeling down, or today you may be feeling high. You're up, you're low. Music is so powerful that you could hear a certain track, Jags. Yeah. 5 years down the line, you hear that same track. From 5 years ago. I was there doing this at this day. I was there basically doing that. So I knew, and I remember I was getting taken into the crowd. There was like 500 people trying to walk out of this place. As I walked out, it just went absolutely crazy. Yeah,
everyone's
the security had to the security had to basically go around and make a circle. Yet I was still dominant to say that, look, you know what? Give these fans, you know, their pictures. Let them basically have a picture with me in that, because they're not going to see me every day. You know, and I was a guy just like them once upon a time. Maybe, you know, kisi da ashik si, I wanted to, you know, have a fan, like my role model, send me, you know, perhaps a message, or at least acknowledge me. It's so hard because when you have so many people contacting you, Jags, where do you start?
Yeah.
You know, you don't know where to start.
Yeah.
That's where
so much going on.
You know, I want my fans to know that, look, I've controlled, you know, fan page, I've controlled Facebook, I've controlled Twitter, I've controlled, you know, Instagram. Any one of these things that I've tried to control gets to a limit where obviously I need help, and I'm trying to reply. So I need my team to help me on this as well, because they would always say to me, look, let's take over, let us take over, because it's hard.
Yeah.
But yet, you know, only I will be able to feel if someone says, dear Nafees, I listen to your music, you know what, you've inspired me, or you really touched my heart, I was down, yet your music brought me up. Only I will be able to feel what that guy's or she is trying to express, because
for sure, yeah,
they're replying to me. It's like me turning around and saying to you, Jags, I'm reading your letter, but I don't understand it. But yet, the letter has an emotion to it. It has a different side. So I'm trying to reply to these people, and again, you know, I'm really, really sorry to anyone that's, you know, sent a message in.
But you're trying your best.
Yeah. But you know, sometimes it gets to the stages where I can't, and I have to have my team involved now. So maybe they take over Twitter, maybe they take over my fan page, and start replying to fans, because in Nahare, where you're trying to do shows, I had a show yesterday, you know, and that was basically done by 3M Events. You know, again, much love to these guys, and it was an amazing atmosphere. It was done at the Bradford Hilton, and you know, the atmosphere, the way the people were, the way they set it out, they had a style of their own. You know, and I remember going out there, and the crowd, the way they are, you know, they love, the love that they've got for you means the world. So it's really, really hard, because you're trying to continuously show that affection, show that love,
as much as you can and stuff.
Yeah, you know, and it's not easy, Jags. It's not easy, but you know, I'm grateful, man.
No, that's
honestly,
good. You seem like you know, an amazingly humble guy, and that in itself is a massive achievement. You know, I've got to say, considering how popular you become. But like, obviously, you're dealing with the popularity, you know, in the best way that you can and stuff like that. But you were talking about when people come and see you, and one day you were that person, and you had that idol that you wanted to follow, and you wanted a message from them. So like, what kind of people inspired you when you were like becoming a singer, and you were going through your journey in life, and you know, what artists were you listening to? What kind of music you into?
You know, me, I used to listen to loads of music.
Yeah.
You know, at one point it would always go into the stages where if I'm listening to a specific artist, his music had meaning to it, it would really touch me.
Yeah.
So I used to listen to Gurdas Man, Babu Man, Hans Raj Hans, Ustad Nusrat Ali Khan. You know, I used to listen to Adnan Sami. Atif Aslam was coming new then.
Yeah.
You know, Sardu Skandar. All these artists, you know, had so much. That if you listen to the way that they would sing, you know, if you listen to a song, the bande di awaaz is tenu dukh pe, you can feel that dukh.
Feel the emotion in their voice.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, you touch. Look at Adnan Sami, when he came out with his music, you know, he had done something that I felt no artist had done, because he had come out at that point. He was new, but he had so much dukh that the whole world took him on. India took him on. He was probably one of the, I don't know if he still holds a record, but an artist that had sold the most albums in that country, and he was loved by so many, and he also held the record for the fastest piano player.
Yeah.
So I remember when I used, you know, when I heard Adnan Sami, es bande di awaaz vich inna dukh te naal pyar si na, that just him singing, people, they are kind of, you know, you could see that pain. They would cry.
They were like welling up. Yeah,
exactly. So
I remember going to a Adnan Sami concert.
Wow.
And people just sitting there, tears out their eyes, and it's just amazing how someone's song, how powerful that was. You know, it just hit people right there.
I never managed to go to one of his concerts, but I met him at the BBC. I was invited down by Mr. Zab Khan. Again, such a lovely guy,
top bloke.
Zab,
thumbs up, mate.
Yeah,
a lot of love for
you know
Zab.
what? He has been one guy that I would say, when he met me, he knew I had a lot of passion, and I can say he's guided me a lot. You know, without I not releasing my album, because he told me that, you know, if there's certain things you want to do, Nafees, get your name so high that when you do drop that album, there ain't nothing stopping me.
Yeah.
So I knew at that point, okay, do you know what? He's a guy that works for, I believe, was the main, you know, side of music. He's advised me, again, all his team, Saima, you got Noreen Khan, all of them, they were amazing. You got Bobby, you got Nihal. These guys were into their music 24/7.
Without a doubt,
and I knew that, look, you know what, he had so much PR for me all of a sudden. He never knew who I was. He was like, Nafees, you believe in yourself? I said, I do believe in myself. Go with it. So I said, okay. Then he invited me down, and I met Adnan Sami in person. Very, very nice guy, you know, and such an inspiration to artists, because for me that was the style. I liked that style. He was such an inspiration, and you know, to meet him in person, again, meet Adnan Atif Aslam in person, and all these artists. I've met most of the UK based artists, the ones that are from European countries. All of them, you know, have earned their respect in this industry. And you know, I just want to say honestly, such a humble guy, such an amazing character, and I wish, you know, him all the best, because he's done so much for the industry. But all these artists that I used to listen to just like people that would play instruments. Vanessa May, she was a violinist,
of course.
Kenny G, saxophone player. You know, I used to listen to them and think, wow, you know what, how they express the emotion just by their music. So but I was going through days of listening to Lionel Richie. You know, I remember basically there was a song called Mr. Big. And it was a rock band. You know, and I don't know. I used to think, well, you know, everyone knows still knows
vibe of whatever you could.
Like Michael Jackson,
of course. Man.
Who's gonna say, you know, like no one can ever turn around. He was one guy that was so dedicated, but yet was loved by so many.
The king of pop, mate.
The king of pop. You know, no one's gonna ever touch that.
So what's that one track right now on your iPod? Because it seems like man's like rocking some weights and doing his thing in the gym. When you got your headphones on, what is that?
Just recently, just basically started getting back into it. I run a lot. You know, I run a lot, and I've got a personal fitness instructor who's, you know, teaching me certain things. Again, a lot of love for my boy Amir Khan. You know, he's doing a big role model for the you know, Asians. His younger brother Harry Khan, very you know, amazing family. The whole family have always shown me a lot of love, and I just ask, you know, what should I do on certain stuff, and you know, he'll advise me. You know, I've always wished this guy, you know, amazing. I wish him all the best for the future, because he's done so much, you know, and he puts, you know, the Asians and gives them a good name for what he's achieved. You know, and he has very close friends.
These guys are a lot away from music. I can imagine these guys are massive inspirations. But,
definitely. We chill, man. My homeboy.
That's good. Now, but going back to the music, like from here onwards, like, you know, in a nutshell, what can people expect from Nafees? 2013
is going to be a big year for me. You know, I'm doing a few collaborations. I don't want to mention the names.
Can you kind of like hit us off with any kind of like little clues? Your fans and followers.
Let's just say that they are mainstream artists. They are very should we say, they're very known in the industry. They've earned their names. You know, so if they've earned their names, I'm going with them, because I've got a lot of love for anyone that's you know, tried doing something. And they've, you know, made it. We've been in the talks for a while now, and I've said, you know what, I want to do a collaboration, and you will see. Everyone will know who I'm doing collaborations with. It's not just one particular guy. There's 4 or 5 of them that I've said. Some are from America based, some are based in the UK. But you know, I will announce it as soon as I can, and you know, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm trying to not just only stay with the Bollywood side of it, but I want to give them a different side as well.
Of course.
Where it comes to let's take a challenge. So I want to go onto the dance side of it. I want to see, you know, if I can perhaps be quite versatile in my music. Even on the English side, you know, I've been recently contacted by a producing company which are very big in America. They've done the likes of Michael Jackson, Destiny's Child. You got Aaliyah, Boyz II Men. They go by the name of Fred Jenkins, which is based in America. A very good friend of mine introduced me to them. His name's Bobby.
Okay.
And I was contacted by another guy who's actually called Bobby Khan, who lives out in America.
Cool.
You know, had so much love and respect for me at that point. And, you know, I've just said, look, I'm not going to stop until I believe I've, you know, got where I want to get to. So 2013, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna stop anyone.
Big things.
Yeah, big things are happening for me, you know, and I hope that I can say it was a very good year for me, you know, and
hopefully many more to come.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if anyone wants to, you know, keep involved in my music, etc., you can catch me on Twitter, which is Singer Nafees, Singer_Nafees. Instagram is Nafees_Singer. Fan page is obviously official Nafees, Singer Nafees, and anything, you know, generally I want to give a big shout out to Asian Express as well, you know, because they've given me a lot of coverage. And again, like I said, really sorry if there's anyone that I've forgotten to give.
I think you've managed to big everyone up, man.
Nah,
in a big way.
Honestly, Jags, like I said, menu badi khushi hondi hai to see our own people in general, Asians making something
without doubt.
But I mean, it's in music, whether it's sport, whether it's in a you know, being an entrepreneur, whatever you do, you know, don't forget we've got so many people out there that are the younger generation to us.
Yeah.
If we're not role models to them and we don't show them a better life, look, everyone has the rights, or you know, the rights to walk any path, left or right.
Yeah.
I took that decision after a long time. If I knew I wanted to be a singer, I would have taken it up since I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, but I never. But like they say, your destiny is already written. How and when you get there is again, Rab janda hai, only the mighty one. Only Allah knows that, you know. So nobody knows that. Again, I want to say, you know, without the mighty one's blessing, without the fans, without the family, without my you know, team, and everyone that's helped me from now, my sponsors, everyone, you know, I would not be here today, Jags. So
you got to big them up, really.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always going to big them up, man. One thing I want my fans to know is that neither will I ever deny you coming to see me. I have so many people that have contacted me from different countries.
Yeah.
You know, not only wanting me to just perhaps send them a personal message or for them to come and see me in person. You know, feel free. I'm not one of them guys. I want to keep my feet grounded. Doesn't matter how much money will always come and go. But you know that respect. There was once a guy that would say that there is only great people with great names. So if you're a great person, then you leave them great names. And when I was asked at an awards function, they asked me, Nafees, what is your best song? I told them my best song is my next song. Because I want them to realize that, look, I'm not living for today or what I have now. I'm inspired to be better than what I have been in the past. And each time try to build something new, give them something new, and something that the fans can say, do you know what? Boy, he just come out with something heavy.
But bro, you know what? I'll be honest with you, that's a perfect way to end this little chat that we've had. But I appreciate the time that you've given us.
Definitely, it's been a pleasure.
And everyone watching Jags Klimax
thank you so much to everyone out there. It's my boy Jags, keeping it real, lock always. Big up, bro.
Love always, man. Take care. What can I say? Only one word for that guy, and that is awesome. I've got to big my boy Nafees up for taking the time out to come and check us here on Jags Klimax TV. I've got to say, that guy is a grafter. And it's about humble people like that make the industry what it is today. I'm definitely going to be hooking up with him again. Not only on a personal level, where he hooks me up with some free gums, but definitely on a professional level as well. I've got to big up the rest of the team, VQ Media and Vidrock as well, doing a fantastic job. We're going to be bringing you a show each and every fortnight, so make sure you keep locked for that one. But your boy Jags Klimax signing out. See you in 2 weeks' time.